Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sam or Xstraws, and today I'm bringing you guys a ground team deathmatch game from the map Jungle. And today I want to talk about a couple things. Number one, the Enfield assault rifle. Number two, the way I like to play the map Jungle. And number three, I want to talk a little bit about an open lobby I'm going to be hosting over a series of several days. So anyway, the first thing that I said, let's get right into it, the Enfield assault rifle. So this is a gun that I picked up probably in the first week of the game's release and pretty much immediately discredited. I immediately thought to myself, this will not be a gun that I will be using, seeing as, my main goal is to rank up as fast as possible until I get to 15th prestige. And I just sort of said, hey, this again won't be something I will be using. But then, about 2 days ago, what happened was I was playing a game, ran out of ammo, saw an Enfield on the ground, said to myself, why the hell not, it's better than my pistol, and picked it up. And I actually did really well with it, and you guys will see that gameplay probably in a week or weeks or months. I don't even know if you'll ever see it. I am so lazy and I have so many gameplays and so little commentaries that a lot of my gameplays are just sitting on my hard drive. But anyway, that's besides the point. So what I decided to do was make an Enfield class, and the reason being is because I decided that, well, obviously after doing well with it, that this gun definitely deserved a second chance. And I'm going to say that, picking it up in the middle of the game isn't really giving it a second chance. I was sort of forced to do that. So what I did was I threw a red dot on it because that was the attachment that I found on it when I picked it up in the middle of that previous game. Put on scavenger on it because I knew that if I was going to be going for an 11 kill streak with an automatic weapon, I was going to need scavenger, sleight of hand and hardline, or sleight of hand and ninja, excuse me, and get going. And this is what happened. So I actually worked out, doing pretty well with the Enfield assault rifle, and would recommend that you try it out as well. Now, this whole commentary, the whole idea of it, or at least the part where I'm talking about the Enfield, isn't necessarily just to say the Enfield's a good weapon and use it, because I'll be the first to admit to you, I go through little phases where I'm enjoying a weapon, and then, a month later I look back on, me using that weapon, and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? Now, I don't know if I'm the only person who goes through this, or through these periods of times, but what I do all the time is I'll try out a weapon, and I'll be like, wow, this is amazing, and I'll do really well with it for like one game, or even a series of games, even a day, even a week, and then, in the future, I'll never use that gun again. I'll say it's terrible. It happened to me on and off with the P90 in Modern Warfare 2. I just could never make my mind up about that gun, whether it was like a great gun or just a terrible gun, and in the end, the UMP was better in every way, shape, and form, but, well, I guess, except for clip size. But you guys understand what I mean. I go back and forth and I flip-flop, and I'm not a very decisive person when it comes to guns, except for the FAMAS. I love the FAMAS. So the AK-740, or the AK-47 will be probably one of those guns. The Commando will be probably one of those guns. But the point of what I'm talking about here, guys, is if you picked up a gun, didn't like it, or if you can just name a gun right now that you don't like and don't really care for, tried it out maybe a couple times, didn't like, try it out again. Give guns a second chance. And I know that sounds so fucking stupid because we're talking about a video game and second chances, but hey, man, give guns a second chance, and it might become your favorite gun, because that, I think, happened to me with the AK-47 recently, but then again, that could just be one of my little phases. So anyway, guys, what I wanted to talk about next was a little bit about Jungle, and then we'll get into the open lobby thing that I was discussing a minute ago, or mentioned a minute ago. So what you're going to notice is that while I'm playing Jungle here, I was pretty much forced to stay around this area of the map the entire time. And what you're going to see is that I'm kind of, keeping all the engagements that I get into at medium range. And the reason is because I'm using the Enfield, and I feel that it's not that great at long range. I wasn't very confident in my long range abilities with this weapon, and I also was not confident in my close range abilities with this weapon, just because the hip fire isn't going to be great. It is slow to pull out after running. I think actually slower than any of the other assault rifles, which is kind of weird. And I just wasn't really feeling it because I was kind of getting the hang for this gun and all. So I like to keep all my encounters at medium range, and I was able to do that around this area of the map because I'm sort of familiar with all the different lines of sight, all the little buildings, nooks and crannies, doorways and jump spots, and all that sort of stuff. That side of the map, that area of the map with the huts that I'm at right now, pretty familiar with and was able to do pretty well at. And there's a nice triple spray with the last kill through the wall. But anyway, last thing, guys, wanted to talk about this open lobby. Well, I guess the final note on that is that, stay around areas that you're familiar with, and keep the engagements close. So anyway, back to what I want to talk about for the finale of this video, or the ending of this video, is the open lobby thing I'm going to be doing. So as you guys know, I like to play with my subscribers as much as possible, and I know that, you know, I can do that a little bit more often. And one thing that I thought I would do is do a big open lobby that is going to consist over the course of several days, which is basically going to be me playing Sabotage for an entire prestige. That's right, I'm going to be playing for Sabotage for my entire 10th prestige. So if you would like to play with me, if you'd like an invite, basically every couple hours I'm just going to be tweeting and saying, hey, or not every couple hours, I'm sorry, but you know, I'm going to be tweeting pretty often about, hey, I need some more guys in my party on Twitter. So all you have to do if you'd like to play with me is follow me on Twitter, and for a week you're going to have, you know, literally hundreds of opportunities to get an invite from me. And you know, I'm sure I'm going to be able to play with, you know, at least 1,000 of you guys. I'm not limiting myself to like a 1 hour open lobby. This is going to be super long, so I think everybody's going to get a chance to play with me. And if you'd like to do that, there'll be a link to my Twitter in the description of this video. Final score of this game was 38-3. I'll see you guys later. Bye.